Okay, we're back. We're going to finish off refactoring some of our login functionality and testing the routes. So at the back end of the last video, might be appended to this one, we logged in our user, we complete the login with MFA, so we know that functionality is working. But we're just going to go through this logically. In our routes file, we've removed the separate validation chains. We now just have login validation chains. All of these now look fine. So then if we go to our controller, we've got this functionality, refresh cookie token options. Yeah, so we'll keep that there because it's related to login. Set refresh token as HTTP only. Yeah, so verify and login. These are all probably consolidate this into a reusable piece of code. Yeah, let's do this, I think. So I thought it would be the case, but always good just to sense check. All right, so we're going to take from our controller this capability and we will stick that into utils tests, and we will put that up here. And then what we're going to do is this. Oh no, yep. Oh, sorry, that's why I'm getting confused. And we'll just export start refresh cookie. All right, and then here, result.refresh. Hang on, so. Login. Is that right? Oh, hang on. We shouldn't really have this in our utils. Service or utility. Yeah. It's more of a utility. Then we need to pass in these two. So, yeah, res refresh. No, we just need to pass in. We do have to pass in res. But where is it? Where is it saying? Sorry, getting confused for a second. So we await. We pass in the response, but where do we pass in the token type? In our original code, aren't we also passing in the token type as So here, okay, yeah, it has it there, so we don't need to pass it in. So if we not making it reusable, which we're not, what we do want to do is just pass in result and then res and then result.refresh token. So res, sorry, here res and refresh token. We don't actually need to await this. Const refresh token response data equals result. So that should theoretically work. Cool. All right, so just being a little bit specific and putting that as lowercase. So we've got our login service, we call authenticate user, got a util, service, util, service, util, service. So that's looking good. So then if we go to our services, don't need logger, don't need manage user MFA, don't need JWT. Bring this up here. So user, find user, MFA token. So await our login utils, generate MFA token, email, yep. Util, verify user, MFA, generate tokens, generate tokens. All right, so then we have everything sitting in our utils. Just going to go split screen and open up our utils folder. So in our utils, MFA token expiration is no longer. Just quickly come over here and see if we've got that now. Environment variables. We do. So don't need this. Don't need user. Save that. All right. Set refresh token cookie. Verify user MFA token. Just thinking of the naming convention for these because I like to be very specific. Verify user MFA token. I think that makes sense. Right, generate tokens. Generate. I'm going to say generate JWT and refresh tokens. Prefer that as a naming convention. And then here, wherever we've got generate tokens, replace that. So that should all still work. All right. Don't need these loggers. Is there any others? So far. All right. Save that. Generate MFA token. So we generate MFA token. So we're going to call this generate email MFA token. Copy that. I think that's the only place it's used. All right, send MFA email. Send MFA email. Send multi-factor authentication email for user login. For user login. I'm just being very specific with this because we also have the internal user, and yeah, I know we're getting confused a little bit. The code was getting confused a little bit, Claude, before. And then we do call this common email service, which is here. So we're going to leave that for now, but in the future we're going to like maybe rename this as like common email service or something to that effect. All right, so that's all of the login functionality. So what we need to do now is open up Notion, and we're going to save some like tests here. And we're going to get Claude to then write the tests. Okay, so h2 login test. So user login. We need to write just tests for our user login functionality. When we call routes this end API with a response like, with the request like, we get the successful response of. If we look at our login validation chains, we don't need that anymore, so it's doing elsewhere. For email and password. For our login validation chains for login, we also need to test these validations. For example, if we send this request, we get this response. I should say here, for tests, however, we do not need to test for preview URL. This is for development only. For test, however, we don't need to test for stack, path, or error type. Okay, then if password is empty, equally, if we send a request like this, we get a response like this. Okay, now for verify, send copy link, so verify let's change this token. I know you can't see this, I'm just using Postman, so 5 instead of 6. Then for this route, if the token is incorrect, and then for this route we have this validation chain. If, for example, the token is incorrect, we get this response. Again, we do not need to test for stack, path, or error type. Okay, routes. So then post for refresh token. We haven't done this as yet. So I just log in our user. Copy. We've got a problem. Sorry, just quickly need to respond to this. So we do have an error. Even when I hit the right API endpoint with the right token, it's saying it's an invalid token. So I think what is occurring is similar to our login functionality, where I don't need to bring that in. So verify and login. Verify user MFA token. So here, so what we're going to do is no, actually we don't have it there, do we? Let me change that token functionality. Alright, what we're going to do is, I don't want to use up all of my Claude credits. So we're going to say in our login we appear to have error in our code when we call this route. We get this error. I believe this is due to how the MFA token is being generated and then compared. Do not write any code. Please just review the code and let me know where the error is and your recommended approach to fix. Interesting. So in utils, yeah, it was hashing the token. So Claude recommended we do hash it. I think it was in this chat. Yeah. Generate random token. Interesting. So sorry, just had to pause recording for a second. So in our login util, generate. Where's generate MFA? Yeah, so that's what we had originally. And Claude changed it. I think that's what we originally had, to be honest, and then good old Claude changed it. So what we're just going to do is this. So generate email MFA token. And then verify user MFA token. So let's try and log in again. So log in. Verification. Copy this. Get request. Okay, that worked. So we can then go back here. When login with MFA is successful, we get this response. All right, then so our next route is refresh token a post request. So we need a new. Let's just copy this part, post, paste that, and this is expecting request cookies refresh token. How do I where's our refresh token is stored? So what user were we logged in as? 64. So we go previous. Need to go to 64, which is this user ID. So DD5 being the last one, we go to tokens. So we're looking for DD5 type. So field is user ID. I've never used this functionality. Let's see if it comes up. Okay. Why did it not find that? Without that. Field user ID. User ID object ID. Okay, like that. Yep. Then this is our refresh token. Is that the same as this? EY. That must be our refresh. So then, yeah, to do this post request, we are sending in the body raw JSON. No, we're sending it in as a cookie. How do we send? How do I send a cookie token postman? Cookie stack. No. Cookies. Yeah, refresh token. Yeah, save, yep. Oops. Send. Not found. Send. And it worked. Fantastic. Had to stop filming again for a minute. Right, fantastic. Well, that worked. So what we can do now is come over here and go for this route. When we have a refresh token set as a cookie, we get this response. And if we go cookies, refresh, let's just edit this to get rid of the E, save, close that, send. Alternatively, if the refresh token isn't correct, we get this response. Remember, we do not need to test for stack, path, and error type. Right, then we've got logout. So actually, let's file, go back to our cookie, just add it so it's correct, save. We'll go file, save as. So login user. This is login with refresh. Save. And then we've got a post request. So copy this. Actually, let's close that. And then this is going to be post to log out. In the header, we need to pass in our bearer token. So if we can grab that from, where can we grab our bearer token? We don't have it anyway. Login. I have to do this again. Copy. Complete login. Actually, that's our refresh token. Is it the same? Good point. When okay, so in my so verify, yeah, so access token. so we got token.create. Token, access token. It already did. Sync user. Where's the access token coming from? Okay, save. Alright, let's try this. So this might have expired. Access token is not defined. Generate JWT. I've missed something. Here it is. Oh no, token. It should be access token. It was already. Come on. It expires so quickly. Okay. So hang on. We go here. So login. That was our refresh token. Now why aren't we getting our refresh token? Far out. So what have I missed? So we send token and we send refresh token. Token, refresh token. We're doing that. It's in our utility. And if we take a step back and we go to our service, verify MFA and log in. Logged in user. Seen it. Okay, so gonna have to do that all over again, aren't we? Far out. Log in again. Click this. Copy. Get request. Send. Here we go again. Come on. Alright. Copy. Getting there. Copy. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Send. Okay. Token. Refresh token. Then if we copy this and we go to login with refresh token cookies, refresh token, save, close, post, still remains logged in. Fantastic. This is, however, access token. So this is our refresh token. So what we might do is in that route controller refresh token data is response data, and response data don't send refresh token in response body. No, that's a new token. Okay, yep, got it. All right, now we can go to our logout route. So logout. So I think this is our bearer token now. Let's try it. Logout headers, authorization, bearer. So for this, for logout, it is an authenticated route. Send. Route not found. Because I put a dash there. I don't know why I did that. No refresh token provided. Refresh token. I'm not going to get a new token with the login with the refresh. I'm just going to get one. Copy. We'll get there. Send. This is our bearer token. It goes here. And then this is our refresh. Cookies. Save, close, send. Refresh token. It is getting it off the cookie. Routes, logout. Logout. Why is it not? Why is this working? Cookies. What the hell? Duplicate. Let's change this to logout. Let's get our auth. What if I got different? Why? Why is it not getting a cookie? Cookies. Save. Yeah. Send. That is quite unusual. log out, save, send. There we go. Bad request, invalid refresh token. Log in. Copy link address. Log in with MFA. Send. Refresh. Save. Why is it saying that? Ah, man, login service. 81. Yeah. So in our controller, we've got refresh token equals rec.cookies.refresh. Yep. Interesting. So it's not firing here. This is no refresh token, and the message we're getting is invalid. So we know that it's calling the service, and then wait, token.delete one. So this is our controller. This is our service. Alright, so updated controller. So refresh. Pass only the refresh token. Oh, okay. Clear the refresh token cookie. Yeah. Alright, and then log in. Okay. Send. Refresh token is not defined. Oh, my bad, spelling mistake. Send. Send. Woohoo! Logged out. So, in this case, then our log out service is only really clearing the refresh token. Very short. Okay, so what we're going to just very quickly do then is, if we look at our controller, this service should be log out by deleting refresh token. So log out by deleting refresh token. Copy that, and this is going to be that. Alrighty. Save, and then this is what I was after. So go to our routes, refresh token. This is going to be login via refresh token. So log in with refresh token. So copy, controller, log in with refresh token, save, then login service refresh token. This is going to be generate check. Find user, validate user refresh token, and login. No, we'll call it validate user refresh. And then save that. That way I think it makes a lot more sense. So if we just look at this in our services, we've got authenticate user, we've got verify, multi-factor authentication, and login. Maybe what we do is we change, we'll call this token, verify MFA token, and login, validate user refresh token, log out by deleting refresh token. So that all makes sense. And then in our utils, we've got set refresh token cookie, verify user MFA token, generate JWT and refresh tokens, generate email MFA token, send MFA email for user login, and that's all starting to make a lot of sense. Cool. All right, now that we've done that, we can take all of these files, give them to Claude, and ask Claude to generate our new tests, and hopefully it all works in one go. But before I do that, I've got to finish up for a minute, and I'll be back soon. All right, so I'm back, and we're going to try and get Claude to write these tests. One thing we do have to do, though, is when we were putting together these, just some of this information on which it'll base its test, we hadn't added in our bearer tokens or the authentication tokens. So I'm just going to check on that. So when we log in, the response is the same. Then when we do, yep, that's all the same. Alright, so when we log in with MFA as success, the response has changed slightly, so we need to update that, and we need to say, we'll say here where access token is our bearer token for authentication, so it knows, and then this route, refresh token body is going to change to this, and also just notice in the route we had changed that as well. So this is now login with refresh token. Let's just check the other one is verify MFA and login. No, that haven't changed. So then when we post our refresh, that all stays the same. Yep. Okay, fantastic. And I think that's it. So come over to Claude. We will delete our login functionality and update it with the new files. Delete selected. add content, upload from device. We'll add all of these minus the test. And then we will say copy paste this. Please let me know if you have any questions for proceeding. You have access to all of the files required, including login.application.utils, login.service, login.routes. Yes. Okay, I always forget to tell. Okay, a couple of things. So, we also, I forgot to mention, we are using, rather than a live database connection, I have attached the setup file which configures this. Tests set up with your question. Also, wherever possible, we should call the live service rather than mock it. However, for email service, yes, we will mock this one. This too. Use super test ability to set cookies. 3. Yes. 4. Yes, as long as it matches what is in our validation chains. Don't create let's try that. Copy this. Then we'll go to our current login.test, comment that out just for now. Paste, save, components. Run the tests. 6 failed. Okay, so let's look at this one. Should reject a non-string email if that will work. and should start MFA flow for user with MFA enabled. So object, I think this can be to include. Let's check our user tests. To include, no, to contain, no, to be, to match, to be defined, to be. What is the just test method where we just want to check if the response includes fields doesn't not match the whole response object, i.e. the response provides 3 fields, I only want to test 2 are returned. Object containing. Yeah, why can't we? So if we look at our, yeah, let's compare that to equal. So yeah, so it's saying just for those that have log out. Refresh token. I thought we did this in pardon me. To equal. I thought we did it. Okay. To include. No, it's going to be. Equal, and then expect object containing. Okay, let's see if that worked. Should directly indicate user without. Okay, so copy user. Wait, create test user. Company. Why doesn't that create a new company? So company new mongoose.types object ID. Why is that not working? Okay, come back to that. Should reject invalid token format. So it receives both. Verify MFA and complete login. So verify MFA. Query user ID. Yeah. Let's console log this. Console log MFA complete login. Let's res. I'm not sure. Oops. Issue new tokens. So this is just a difference. We're doing 24. Okay. Let's ask about this test. This test fails. Please explain. Let me explain. Okay. So if we go back here in verify-MFA, let user, let MFA, okay, let hashed token, save for each user. Token.create MFA token equals token.token. Save, and then token is MFA token. It should. We need to import crypto. Run that again. Alright, we still get an error. Let's look at this. So should reject non-string emails. please don't write code, but advise why this fails. Looking at the validation, I noticed a discrepancy in how validation errors are handled. When we send a non-string email like 123, the validation process amount in the test we're expecting, but we're actually getting. Update the test. Let's update the test. Email must be a string invalid. That's what I updated it to. I thought I did. Okay. Let me still null. 309. Gosh. Check for the token deletion at the end isn't needed for refreshing. Should it? Alright, so let's fix this test first. So like that. Okay. I'll come back to that in a second. So let's run these tests again. Yeah, there's some error. It should expire. What am I? Got it. My bad. Save. Okay. Run again. Two still failed, but I expected that. We've got the company that's null and that email thing still. be a string. Failing errors, email. And then, okay, so let's just say with this test, it seems that company isn't being created. I believe we are doing this here. Do you notice any issues? We've got to come back to this message too. Okay. So add this company, and then company is company ID. Save. Run that. Should have one failure. We haven't brought in company. Const company equals require company model company. Run again. Interesting, 2 still failed. So, object company so it's just expecting the test company to be returned, so I'm just doing that. Sorry, I should bring this over here really. What am I doing? I just added in this. Alright, one failed, which is the one we've expected. So I'm going to say this still fails. Yeah. Email. Must be. This is what we are expecting. And so email must be a string. I apologize, you're right. We are expecting both errors, but we're actually only getting invalid domain and email address. Really? Happy days. All right. So let's just go back for a sec. it was saying in our validate user refresh token functionality in login service. Validate user refresh token, how good's that? It's currently this, but it should be token doc. If no token doc, delete the token. Okay, I think that should work. Let's just run the test again. Alrighty, it's pretty good. It worked. We don't have full coverage on everything, but for now I'm happy with that. I know we still have to also fix that register new user functionality, but I don't want to use up all of my messages on testing. Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll finish this video here. This wraps up the refactoring of our login functionality, and we'll move on to some other functionality in a second.